It has been noted that there are certain individuals who have criticized the Minister of Homeland Security for voicing his appreciation and support and being thankful for the United States intervention in and around the Southern Caribbean. And he has stated that this has played a tremendous part to assist in crime reduction based on putting a curb on the illegal entry of drugs, human trafficking, illegal weapons in and around this area. And why should anyone be concerned about it? If something is working, you do not need to fix it. So I think he is quite correct to voice his appreciation and be thankful for the U.S. involvement here. And in fact, I will continue to state that if for those persons who are very anti-U.S., if at any time the U.S. decides to pull out, remember there's a country who actually threatened Trinidad and Tobago. They stated that we are harboring terrorists, we are harboring persons who have using Trinidad and Tobago as a base to be involved in destabilizing Venezuela, and they will go anywhere in the world to extract these individuals. So we should always appreciate the fact of the United States being there. So I think the Minister of Homeland Security, he has every right to be thankful to the United States if it is that this indeed has played a major part in some degree of crime reduction in Trinidad and Tobago. But having said that, we do obviously need to look outside the box. We can't just put all our eggs in the United States basket and hope that the United States will be the be-all and end-all to reduce crime and to make persons feel safe. It takes a lot more. So yes, we do need to start putting things in place in preparation for that withdrawal if and when it ever happens. And it certainly cannot be a minister stating that there's a 10-point crime plan, but I will tell you about it later on. What we do know that with a state of emergency specifically to deal with crime reduction, which is what is happening now, what happens is that many of those criminal elements who are shooters and so forth, they are now incarcerated, and again that is done without enough evidence. But by putting them in and holding them, it will obviously reduce crime because now they can't kill. What happens after the state of emergency? This should be the period where proper planning and preparation must be done. And it still remains to be seen what it is that the plan is. It cannot be a 10-point plan and you're not telling the country what it is. And the simple things, we are not speaking about an anti-crime plan. We are talking about policies, technology, units, certain systems that played a big part towards the highest reduction in serious crime in 31 years in 2013 to 2015 under the People's Partnership. The highest reduction in violent crime up until recently when I was Commissioner of Police, because we put certain systems from the, as I said, technology that put an end to kidnapping, new units such as the Special Operation Response Team, new policies to be able to peg back criminal elements. That is what is required, because unfortunately with the last administration, everything that was done that made people feel safer and put crime as the number 4 concern behind health, education and the economy, they shut it down, from the Operational Command Center, the National Operations Center, the Rapid Response Unit, watering down the E999 system, the Cyber Crime Unit, the Social Media Monitoring Unit, Covert Operatives, Gender-Based Violence Unit, online reporting, GPS tracking on police vehicles, the Commissioner's Command Center, the list goes on and on. All of these things that have been shut down and dismantled. What I would recommend that the government needs to do is to reignite those things that worked just a few years ago, reignite the policies and systems that the People's Partnership had implemented, and all these things were shut down. Because after the state of emergency, there's going to be a time when it is that these individuals are going to come back and hit hard, and we need to ensure that there are proper policies and systems. So yes, granted that there must be something that is done in preparation for the end of the state of emergency, and it cannot just be in the hope that the United States will be our savior.